We are going Japan. It's a good start for Byrne, it looks like. He's got better traction compared to Lopez, but Lopez will have the outside line. Let's see if he can try to get past using the racing line. I don't think so. Kai is trying to make up places, and it looks like Red Bull have won too. Rock is taking P2 on the inside. Brilliant. Well, let's see how this happened. And Patel just drove into the back of him.
On the forecast, which suggested there would be spray, but I would imagine it's going to dry up quite soon. As you go the flag, in fact, into Spoon Curve as the two Red Bulls go side by side. What on earth's happened down at Spoon Curve? Something has happened.
He's taking the lead. He just wasn't careful enough. Let's see. Nope.
In fact, I think it's more
of doing one last stop, of course. Now Perrin is going for a move onto Lopez, and he's got him.
Yeah, that's pretty much that, really. Meanwhile, the two Ferraris are going into combat as Galloway looks to the inside of Chatfield and just gone for his... No! Galloway's gone for a spin, he's caught the wet patch, and he's aquaplaned off.
Yep, and his chances of being retained by Ferrari have gone down from 0 to 0.
Well, they were never there anyway, because he never signed up, of course, but yeah.
Yep, he's doing a very solid job. He's gained a few more tenths. I think I have a second over in the first sector, but Gal's going for a move on to Q-Puck. Q-Puck goes wide, and I thought he was going to spin the car there, but Gal goes through.
Over Evan Byrne. Meanwhile, Gal back on the prowl of Lopez here. Here we go. Gal on the inside of Franco Lopez. Can he get the move done as he's on the inside into 130? I didn't need to wait for the Cassia chicane, and Gal is up into 5th. A couple of laps ago now. It's a Q-Puck now on the inside of the championship leader, Franco Lopez. Side by side they go. Look at the straight line speed the Honda engine has got, and Q-Puck makes his way through. So down to 7th goes Lopez, and up into 6th goes David Q-Puck.
How did this happen? Let's see. He went for it into the Deckner and just forced Byrne to go wide.
Second place Armar car is now finally into the pits for his first of what we think is 2 stops here. Let's see how quick this pit stop is going to be from the Mercedes mechanics.
No pressure. Just be pretty.
It's a lot of fuel, but he is on the 2-stop.
54 laps of fuel, so that is a 2-stop, so he should be pitting around about, I want to say, around about lap 40, I think will be when his second stop will happen. The Haas mechanics are into the pits for either Mocho or Kloss, I think. So, anyway, his car finishes his pit stop, and he's going to rejoin in, I think, in fact, in 6th, just behind his teammate Franco Lopez, who is, of course, on the 1 stop.
He's built an 18-second lead in this first stint, very impressive. Now he's got 2 more stints to go in which to push to retake that lead from Byrne.
5.3 seconds the pit stop there from George Roque, and there comes Evan Byrne, who's actually just coming down the pit straight only now, in fact, so it just shows how much Roque had built up before that pit stop. But Byrne should go through, which he does do, so Byrne does take the lead of the race, but Roque will come out comfortably in 2nd position, as Carr is still not been able to find a way through on Franco Lopez here. It's going to happen with the 2 Red Bulls a little bit later on. We'll have to wait and see. Galway joins in 9th behind Michael Mocho, as Carr once again goes onto the inside of Franco Lopez, and this time he gets the move done. Carr up into 4th.
He's gonna get a good chance here into the Deckner. Is Byrne gonna fire him too hard, or is he gonna let him go? Roque is going to go for it. He's got the inside line, and is this the lead? Yes, it is.
Around that part of the track before you can get around that part. But now, here we go. Carr now then on the back of David Q-Puck. Can he pull the move off into the Deckner curves? He's on the inside, and he gets the move done later on the brakes, and Carr is back onto the podium. Both Roque and Byrne have got Honda logos on the rear wingers. Meanwhile, contact there between Kloss and Valdinger.
Oh my God.
And Valdinger is out of the race, and Kloss has lost his rear wing. And I think that was pretty much all on Kloss there, Kurisu.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure.
He's out of the race as well. He didn't have the steering input, and Kloss is out of the Japanese Grand Prix, so 2 retirements.
Big wreck there. Let's see it once again. Kloss went for the inside, but this was always going to be a long shot. He just understeered straight into him.
On lap 28 of the Grand Prix, and we'll obviously get confirmation just to be sure that it is a 1-stop for David Q-Puck as he goes to the end of the pit lane, because that's where the AlphaTauri mechanics are located, as he will now pit for his scheduled stop. Is it a 1-stop? I do believe it is, and yep, that is a 1-stop, so Q-Puck is going to the end of the race, so that confirms that's the same strategy as what Byrne and Lopez are on. Meanwhile, Gal on the inside of Chris Chatfield, meanwhile, into the first corner, down the inside, into turn 2, and he gets the move done. I saw the 2 Renaults are fighting as well, as Quarg is actually not letting Perrin go. Perrin is on the fresher tyre.
Yep, he's in, and he's had an okay race so far. Not extraordinary, but he's been comfortably ahead of Lopez, and that's what really matters for him at the moment.
He's finished off his pit stop, a 7-second stop from the Red Bull mechanics, as Byrne now then will come out of the pit lane. Where is he going to emerge? I think he should emerge in third place still, and the answer to that is yes, he does. So Byrne rejoins in third position as he will now use those fresher tyres. That was a red circle there for that Aston Martin. Now, is that a mechanical problem, or is that because he had low fuel? I'm not sure. I did see a red circle there. No, that is a mechanical problem for Andre Vigieri. It's a throttle issue that is taken care of the Italian. Now, can he make it back to the pits? It's a long way to get to the pits because it's clearly happened just as he passed the pit lane into the Cassia chicane. He's got De Rosa right behind him, and but Vigieri does make it, thankfully, so he will get that problem repaired. But yeah, that was nearly a problem there for the Aston Martin driver. But whilst all that was going on, of course, Lopez has made his pit stop, but he's still come out behind Q-Pop. But you would imagine in theory with the fresher tyres, he should be able to catch back up to him. Indeed, as Roke now then makes his way into the pits, the first garage, of course, because of course Red Bull won the Constructors last season. As Roke now then goes into his box, puts a fresh set of tyres, and yep, he is going to the end of the race as expected, so it is a 2-stop for him. 21 laps of fuel in his wagon, and he finishes off his pit stop. A pretty quick pit stop for him indeed, as Quark tries to re-overtake Michael Mocho there into the first corner. He's getting into the slipstream, he's coming out of the pits. There was that, I don't think that was George Roke, I think that was the Ferrari there of Chris Chatfield, but Roke comes out of the pits, and he still emerges in the lead of the race.
Yep, let's see what they're gonna give him. He puts on a new set of fresh hard tires and some fuel to boot. 5.2 is that second stop? It's a little blurry on my end, so I can't see it so well. But Ka has had his stop, and he's got the all green to hunt down Byrne.
In the Grand Prix now, he will put on a fresh set of tyres and fuel now then. So let's see how quick this stop is going to be then for Miklos Gal, as he's obviously going to go to the end of the race now then. 17 laps worth of fuel on his wagon now then, as now he finishes off the pit stop. And where is he going to emerge then? He's going to emerge in, I think, 6th position. Yes, he is. He rejoins in 6th.
Is that a problem for Willows? Engine failure.
No, well, it's a fiery engine for Joseph Willows, and that's a mechanical problem for the McLaren driver. And once again, Willows runs into bad luck, and it's another retirement for the McLaren driver.
Yep.
And, well, nothing really much you could say there. McLaren season going from bad to worse. Willows with a fiery engine. And, well, that's race over for Joseph Willows as a result. And, well, once again, more bad luck in the McLaren camp. The gap between Car and Byrne. I don't think Car's going to have enough time to catch the Byrne. Quark's back in for some reason. Roman Quark is back in the pits for Renault for some reason. As has he got a mechanical problem? He has a mechanical problem. For Roman Quark, I couldn't quite read what it said on the steering wheel because it was a little bit blurry for me. I wonder, because what was the problem? I'm going to have a look on the YT stream here a moment to see what it was, because I couldn't quite see with the blurry screen on there, but no, I can see now. Now up there we go. Can Gal get the move done on Lopez? I don't think Lopez is close enough to go for a move on Q-Pot, so Gal has got to take this opportunity if he can. He's on the inside of Franco Lopez. Is the attackers? Oh no! They've hit each other!
Oh my goodness me!
Lopez and Gal allowed to the race. Gal made a huge error going into the technicals. He locked up, and Evan Byrne is going to be licking his lips on this one because he's going to be within 1 point behind Lopez if it stays like this.
I'm not going to say it was deliberate because it wasn't, but Lopez will be feeling very, very frustrated after that one.
You can see Gal locked up, as you can see there. He had a mechanical failure of some kind. So, in fact, it's a suspension failure that takes care of De Rosa. So, a double retirement for McLaren here today. And their luck just keeps on getting bad to work. But here we go then, into the Cassia chicane for the 53rd and final time. And finally, after 2 years away from the top step of the podium, he is going to be back on top as he comes out of the final corner. It is going to be George Roke who wins the Japanese Grand Prix here at Suzuka. He finally wins the race as a Red Bull driver, and at long last, Roke is a winner again. George Roke wins the race from Evan Byrne, who makes a Red Bull 1-2 in second place and cuts the gap to Lopez in the championship as a result. Armar Carr finishes in third, with David Kupok in fourth, Jesus Perinin in fifth, with Chris Chatfield sixth, Roman Quark in seventh, with Jake Galloway in eighth. Laura Chong continues Lamborghini's point streak in ninth, with Amelia Wilson getting her first point since Mazzaro and getting Alfa Romeo some points. She completes the points in 10th position.